Hey, Roster Watch Nation, it's your friendly neighborhood Trashman here, and this is the Garbage Grab. Today, I'm going to be talking about my top 5 receivers in fantasy right now. So let's go ahead and get started. First off, I have Michael Thomas of the Saints, as if there was really any question. Thomas's floor is other receivers' ceiling in most cases. In all cases, really. Only one of the top 40 single-game performances in 2019 was Thomas's, yet he still had the most fantasy points per game for any receiver. He's the safest pass catcher in the league, and that's that. Speaking about the safest option in the league, the 2020 Roster Watch Ultimate Draft Cheat Sheet is available now at RosterWatch.com. The revolutionary cheat sheet that changed fantasy football forever is back only at RosterWatch.com. The RosterWatch Ultimate Draft Cheat Sheet, all you have to do is follow 3 simple rules. That's it. 3 rules. It couldn't be easier. An expert quality fantasy football draft is guaranteed. The RosterWatch Ultimate Draft Cheat Sheet only at RosterWatch.com. After Michael Thomas, I have Davante Adams of the Packers. Adams was a top 5 fantasy receiver in 2018 before missing 4 games in the following year. Even after missing a quarter of the games in 2019, he still ended up 14th in targets. And the Packers haven't done a whole lot to bolster their passing game in the offseason. Expect Adams to be a major ball hog this year. After Adams, I have Julio Jones of the Falcons. You have to go back 7 seasons to find a year when Jones did not finish as a top 10 receiver, and that was only due to injury that year. He was running as the top 3 before he got hurt. There wasn't a less touchdown-dependent top 5 finisher in 2019, so Jones, as usual, is a lock. After Jones, I have Tyreke Hill of the Chiefs. Hill, I'll admit, is not the model of consistency, but he is Patrick Mahomes' number 1 option, and that makes him fantasy gold. He leads all receivers in touchdowns over the last 4 years with 41, and he was the top wide receiver in fantasy in 2018 with a league-leading 15.1 points per game. And then my 5th and final top 5 receiver, this is the controversial one, I think, to many, will be Kenny Galladay of the Lions. And bear with me for a second. Galladay still ended up wide receiver 3 on the year in 2019 with Matt Stafford going down to injury in week 9. And he did it on only 65 receptions. That's 21 fewer than the next lowest reception total in the top 5, and that was Chris Godwin's 86. Galladay could actually end up fantasy's number 1 receiver with a full season with Stafford the way he's been performing. So don't get at me for the Kenny Galladay pick. I like it. I think he's going to be a top 5 receiver at least with a full season with Matt Stafford. Some of the guys that didn't quite make the top 5, but I think should be in your consideration for one of your top wide receiver picks was DeAndre Hopkins. Main reason he didn't make the top 5, he's moving to a new team, so I'm not quite sure how he's going to perform there, although he probably will do fine. I mean, he did absolutely fantastic. And was it 2015 when he had like Brian Hoyer and TJ Yates as just a couple of the quarterbacks he worked with that season. I think he had 1,500 yards that year. And then there's Juju Smith-Schuster, who is back with Ben Roethlisberger, and more importantly, back in the slot where he performed the best in previous years. Then there's Allen Robinson, who is going to be consistent, but we don't know if it's going to be Nick Foles or Mitch Trubisky under center. Either way, I think he'll be pretty productive, but not quite top 5 for me. And then there's Adam Thielen, who I think is the safety blanket for Kirk Cousins in the Vikings offense at this point. With Stefon Diggs gone, I think he's going to have a monster year. Anyways, those were my top 5. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like the things you're hearing, the things you're seeing, the things you've heard and seen from Roster Watch, give us a follow, give us a comment, give us a like, give us a subscription. We'll take any and all of those things from you. Anyways, on behalf of RosterWatch.com, this is the Trashman. Until next time, be ready.